Welcome back, Love Stylers. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about how a protein-rich diet can actually change your life. My life has done a 180 flip since I decided to eat carnivore-based, meaning I eat mostly meat, dairy, and eggs in my life 90% of the time. And my life has improved so damn much that I can't even be quiet about it. You can actually make adjustments. You can flow with this. You can personalize this way of eating to fit your lifestyle. But in the past, I used to be addicted to alcohol. In the past, I used to be addicted to overworking and making others rich. In the past, I was addicted to the standard American diet. Now, I'm addicted to inspiration, motivation. I'm also addicted to information, and pursuing my art is very important to me and keeping active in my life. I also love the idea of manifestation and carving your own path for your best results. In the past 6 years, I've changed my life completely around. I love my life now. I thought I loved it before, but it turns out I did not love it before. I love it now. Trying to be super present. I tried keto for 3+ years. I've been on carnivore 90% for the other 3+ years. And I'm finding life to be very, very much more enjoyable every single day. I also lost 55 pounds, kept off of alcohol completely, and that helps me with my cravings for sugar as well, which I equate alcohol and sugar in the same category. So I no longer have those overwhelming cravings for these things. And leading an active lifestyle is how I live now. So recently we went on a vacation, and I call it my first real active vacation. I used to think hiking was just walking in the woods, and I kind of still do, but it's actually kind of a sport. When we went to the Moab desert in Utah a couple weeks ago, I found out there's a whole world out there, a whole big vast world. It looks like you're on Mars. It was so life-changing for me. I feel like I got the energy from the vortexes there, and it looks like you're on another planet. And there's planets within those planets. And it's so great to visit. So check out the Moab Desert, MOAB. If you're anything like me, you will not be dissatisfied. Good acoustics.
Talk about vibration.
We're here to feel the vibes. It's not going to come on the camera, right?
Sure it is.
And you're an amateur like myself. I'm not even intermediate yet. Bring pink salt with you. Of course, bring enough water with you. And buy the right shoes, hiking shoes or hiking boots. My first pair of hiking boots. I would not have been able to do any of this. We hiked all the way up the arches. Andrew's very proud of me. So we're in the Devil's Garden, even though I don't like the name of that. I do want to remind you, you are not too old to start today. I got a lot of older folks just passing me on the trail. In better shape than me, they're thinner than me, and it makes me realize I need to even kick it into gear even more. So it kind of gets me pumped and inspired. Andrew and I found that so many people are hiking of all ages. I'm telling you guys, there was a lot of older people. They had their little hiking poles, and I thought those were kind of dumb until I saw how much balance it provided for them walking up those steep hills. This is a real thing. This is a lifestyle. I want to talk about the word lifestyle for a minute. These people, the older people especially, have been doing this for a while. They're seasoned. They're in good shape. They talk about all the other places that they've hiked in, and it's so inspiring. So for me, this was new, and I loved every minute of it. I never thought I would end up being a hiker. I used to be a drinker. I used to look for, where is the minibar? Let me attack the minibar first thing when I got in a hotel. Let's reverse it. What style of life do you want to live and lead? I used to live a drunk, sedentary lifestyle where activity was not as much a part of my life. I used to live by eating on the standard American diet, where I had my Doritos, I had my Sour Patch Kids, and I had my alcohol to make me feel comforted. As a contrast, the style of my life starts with activity first, eating very, very well second, and then pursuing my artful creations. So in that order, it's very, very specific. But the style of your life, think about that for a minute. Let it sink in. What style are you? How do you carry yourself around? How do you behave? Are you an inspiration? I want to be more of an inspiration as the days go on for other people, to help other people. Going around inspiring, learning. The information is there for us. Our parents didn't have this information. We have all the tools that we need. When it comes to nutrition, especially activity also, and now the medical industry is starting to crumble because we are gravitating towards what is natural, what has always been natural. While I was on this vacation, I went off plan. I went off the carnivore diet. Now I do a 90% carnivore diet, so there's always that 10%, but I probably went 50-50 this time. So for me, my particular triggers are like fresh baked bread at a very nice restaurant. When they bring that basket of fresh bread in front of you. That is a weakness. That is a trigger for me where I really can't indulge in that because it's just going to keep on going. I'm going to want bread continuously after that. I also stay away from bad oils. So one little tip I can give you, I love French fries. They always cook French fries in the soybean oil or the peanut oil or the canola oil. And even in a fancy restaurant, they do this. So I used a white potato, which is not carnivore and not low carb, to protect myself from eating fries because there's no oil on those potatoes when they bake it. So I had white potatoes on my vacation, and it kind of did me well, I have to say. I didn't have too much of a reaction from it. I might have had just a little bit more digestive concerns. Nothing out of the box too badly. So that is a good tip. Another thing that I'm triggered by, of course, is alcohol. So when I see people drinking wine, I cannot have just one glass of wine. Now, you may be different than me, and you may be able to have a cocktail at a wedding and have 2 drinks a year or 4 times a year or in those special occasions like holidays and such. I'm not one of those people, so I could not indulge in any wine or any cocktails or any beer or anything like that. So that is another trigger for me. But you can dial in your lifestyle to fit your style. And that could mean, for example, someone who's a carnivore eats mostly fatty meat most of the time, but they include something like apples in their diet, or they eat salad occasionally, or they may have some honey occasionally, as I do in my coffee. And I did do that on vacation. And that seemed to give me like a little bit of a fun thing to indulge in that I feel is very, very healthy. Not too much, of course, with the honey. But the occasional honey, a lot of carnivores feel is acceptable. Another thing I've been trying lately, and I started it on my vacation, was dopamine fasting. So fasting in general, I'm going to talk about in a minute, is a superpower. It's probably the most important superpower out of all of our superpowers of those of us who stay on low carb and understand how to eat properly. Staying away from the phone was challenging for me. I kept going to grab it. But when you're on a hill and you're just trying to get up to the top of the hill to see the beautiful things, your phone is not on your mind. But I did a lot of dopamine fasting by staying off my phone for hours and hours. Now, I would use it when the day was up and we're relaxing. You get on your phone, you check your friends, and You make comments, and that's lovely and everything for a great community, but it is not necessary to be happy. And I know when I'm home, I gravitate towards that phone an awful lot. But I've been trying to dopamine fast a little bit more and be conscious of the fact that I can actually live in this world, not in just the digital version of this world, and try to be super present with my environment that I may be in right now. Lately, I've been really trying to feel present. And that's very hard for some of us. If you're anything like me, your mind is going a million miles a minute, thoughts from the past, thinking about the future, which is my problem, is mostly the future, because I'm trying to carve out and manifest my future the way I would like it to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. But being obsessive about it is maybe just a little unhealthy.
Yeah, but Misty, I cannot be off my phone for like 3 minutes. Like, I feel like the bottom's dropped out for me. What if I miss something? It's like FOMO, big time FOMO. Yeah, like what if I miss a text or something from that one dude? You know, the one I'm waiting for. Yeah, what if he calls and I don't answer and then he calls another girl? What am I supposed to do then? What if I miss out on the best post I've ever seen in my life? Yeah, like dopamine fasting might even be harder than like food fasting.
So fasting in general is a superpower, as we know. There's dopamine fasting. There is food fasting. There's fasting from things that you feel are making you obsessive. So a lot of us are here because of the food. We like to listen and find out more things about the carnivore diet because it is a cure-all. A protein-rich diet, I'm going to say this because I mean it, is a cure-all. Whatever health problem you are having can be either cured or improved by eating mostly protein, a rich protein or high protein, high fat diet. Guys, you can have other foods too. The more natural the foods are, the better. And I'm talking about cheese and a little fruit occasionally or vegetables. Mainly, anything in a package is not going to be great for us. There are some exceptions. 100% cacao powder will not hurt you. As a matter of fact, cacao has healing benefits of its own. And even honey has some healing benefits. So these are to be used in moderation, of course. And I'm not a fan of the word moderation. It doesn't really click with me. But I'm learning, balancing. I can work with that word a little bit more. Intermittent fasting is a superpower. Intermittent fasting saved my butt when we went on vacation and we did those hikes. I'll tell you how my eating schedule looked. Now, normally, every day, I eat 1 meal a day for most of the last 3 years. So lately, I've been doing OMADs, which is 1 meal a day. And that's been for quite a while now. And I like how that makes me feel, eating on a 90% carnivore lifestyle. When I was on vacation, we got free breakfast every morning at the Holiday Inn Express, which I love. And that is the time where I'm working with my environment to adjust my eating window. So we would have breakfast, since it was free and very, very nice, and then nothing all day while we were hiking except water, electrolytes, and pink salt. No snacking. And then we would have a healthy dinner by usually around 5 o'clock. So we would eat earlier on purpose, and that makes our sleep a lot easier. And so that was my eating schedule. And guys, I ate a couple bananas while I was on my vacation. I also ate some peanut butter, which was not the natural, but Jif. There's a little sugar in there. This was part of the breakfast that I allowed. And then I ate bacon and eggs every morning with butter. Had my coffee and had half and half. They don't have heavy cream when you're on the road. You can't find heavy cream. Adapting to our environment is crucial to leading a healthy lifestyle. It is not black and white. If you are in the airport and you are running to the next plane and you want to have a little something in your stomach because you took some Dramamine, if you eat a banana or an apple or some nuts, it's not going to kill you. And no one's going to kick you out of the carnivore lifestyle community. I will say that we brought some electrolyte drops and put it in our water, or I would have it with my coffee in the morning at least, and throw some pink salt in my coffee, and then just lick the pink salt while you're hiking. Does wonders. Does wonders. And the electrolyte drops that I love are the Keto Chow electrolyte drops, and they have plenty of products that can help you when you're transitioning into a different type of eating. This can help you balance your electrolytes so you can keep in your magnesium, your potassium, and your sodium. So, and also having plenty of water, clean water, was vital on this trip and every day, of course. I do want to point out that I did have some forethought before I went on my vacation, because I was a little bit concerned with if I would be able to stay 100% on my diet, which is, guys, it's impossible. When you are traveling, I'm sorry. Hit me up in the comments if you disagree. I think it's impossible to stay 100% perfect on your diet. I'm going to stand strong about this, and I know I'm going to get some people that will disagree. That's fine. I'm not afraid of a good debate. Before we went on vacation, I did 14 days on the Lion diet where I ate just beef, lamb, and water and salt. And this is a great trick. I think it helped me tremendously to clean out my system the most I ever have in all these years of doing low carb, keto, then to carnivore. This was the first time that I tried the Lion diet. Check out my last video about the Lion diet. And that was over 4 weeks ago. I even gave YouTube a little bit of YouTube fasting by not doing a video in between. And guys, it's okay. It's okay. I was feeling guilty about it, but now I'm okay with it. I have to live my life in the style that I want to be happy. So I did the Lion diet for 14 days. It helped clear out my system to get ready for anything coming in that I would have to fight even faster and get it out of me if it was off plan. I do have another tip. When you're on vacation or you're just flowing with your environment, you might be with your family and everyone's going out for homemade ice cream. These are the times where you allow yourself to be a human. So I like to say 90% carnivore, 10% human for myself. And be a human. You're going to be a human and you're going to be affected by your environment. And it's not a sin to allow some homemade ice cream. I recommend homemade instead of buying packaged, although Haagen-Dazs has the least crap in it. When you allow something, it's okay. You get right back on the next meal. So allowing homemade versions of standard American diet foods is a better idea than just going for the crap, the ho-hos, the packaged stuff that's meant to be on the shelf for years. You don't want that. That's full of chemicals. Go with single foods, fruit. You can do salad. You might allow bread if you're not like me and have to have it continuously after that. And you might even allow a homemade dessert occasionally. This is not made to be a prison sentence. Eating a protein-rich diet or a low-carb diet or whatever diet you're doing, keto or paleo, is not a prison sentence. It's not a way to beat yourself up for all of your past mistakes. We're being so present lately, or at least trying to be, in what is going on right this very moment. Where are you in your life at this very moment? Where do you want to be in the future is good to think about, but not obsess about. What can we control right in this very moment? What can we allow? And loosen up the reins a little bit in this very moment so we can feel human again. You know, the last few years, I've been a little hard on myself, and I really want to kick this life into gear. I wasted a lot of years drowning my sorrows in booze, in alcohol, and I have stories about blackouts that I'll save for another episode. But it's gotten me to realize how precious right now is. So trying to be very present is something I feel is kind of hard to do. Tell me if you agree. Let me know if you have any tips. I know meditation helps a great deal, and I'm still working on getting past 5 or 10 minutes on that. But I did, however, go to a sound bath when we got back from vacation that was very cleansing. And I almost feel like I got a pep in my step since then. I feel very ambitious this week. So hopefully you are feeling ambitious with me. And this channel is an inspirational lifestyle channel. I don't get too detailed in the medical stuff, what happens to your body exactly. I'm no doctor. I'm here for a better lifestyle type of motivation. Check out the playlist if you would like to see some of my material from the previous years when I was still coming to where I am today. Stick around for my truth bomb in about 30 seconds. So being present also means being proud of your artful projects or pursuits. Like for Andrew and I, we are recording artists. Check out blackeyedsoul.com. We record right in this room here, and that's very important to me. So keeping my diet very clean helps me focus in and be very present when it comes to making music. I'm the keyboard player and the co-writer of our band. So that's very important to me. And whatever your art is can be improved as you start to clean up your lifestyle a little bit more each day. Go to blackeyedssoul.com if you want to buy an album or add it to your cart on Amazon. And my truth bomb today is you can start today. Talk about present. You can start right now eating a protein-rich diet with plenty of meat fats attached to the meat. And just choosing what you eat can change your lifestyle for the rest of your life. You could style your own life to be a healthy lifestyle like I'm doing now. I never thought choosing different foods would empower me to be the best me that I could be at this very moment. Do I have a long way to go? Of course I do. And you may have a long way to go too. But I don't want to repeat the past mistakes that I have made when it comes to eating crappy foods on the standard American diet, drinking crappy alcohol, which is not good for anyone, not even wine, and beating myself up about it. Set the style of your life the way you want. You can include a few foods that will help you stay focused. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything I can answer for you. I have a lot of experience and I don't mind experimenting on myself so you don't have to. Thank you for tuning into Love Style today. We'll see you next time. Peace.